Hey guys, I'm new to this, for one. I've been really nervous about getting on here and sharing things. I don't know why. But here we are. Here we are anyways. Because I know I can do it, right? The other day, on the 16th of June, 2025, I hit my 5 years sober. And that's a huge deal. That's a huge deal. I'm driving. That's why my focus is elsewhere. It's a huge deal to me. I have put a lot of work in. And I'm not talking about like my 9-to-5 job, right? I'm talking about daily life. Every single day for 5 years, I have gotten up and made the conscious choice to stay sober and choose myself. Now, when I say that, I choose myself, I don't want you to just think, like I put myself on this pedestal way up here. No. So just remember that being on a pedestal, it can always be kicked out from under you, or you can be pushed off of it. So I don't want to think that I am on a pedestal. I don't think that I'm better than anyone else, because I'm not in competition with anyone else, right? It's me versus the old me. What I used to, the old patterns, the old behaviors, the old people, places, things, Do I want that, or do I want a better life? And if the answer was I want a better life, then what am I going to do to prove that I truly want a better life? Because it's not just an overnight ordeal, right? Like, it's literally, it's a daily thing. It's a daily thing that I have to get up and I have to choose myself. I have to choose, do I want to continue this behavior that is destructive? Like, for instance, when I worked at my old job, won't throw any names out there, but when I worked at my old job, I was a forklift driver. And I noticed that my anger was getting the best of me, okay? And that was one of my first lessons into recovery, was I didn't want my anger to control me, or I didn't want to let my anger get me to that point where I reacted because of the anger, Now, there's a reason behind I don't want to let my anger get the best of me, and that reason would be my grandma. When I was 18, her and I got in a really bad argument. I got really angry. I said some things that I should not have said. Still not proud of that. But I said some things that I shouldn't have said to her, and I didn't hear from her for 3 days. There's more to the story, but short version. I didn't hear from her for 3 days, and on the third day, when my dad had called me, he asked me what she was wearing the last time I saw her, so I told him, and turned out that she had had a heart attack and a series of mini strokes, fell, broke her right hip, her right side was paralyzed from the strokes, and when I got to the hospital, she didn't even remember who I was, and I had lived with that woman since I was 2.5. So that was really hurtful, and I beat myself up, and I went through years of addiction after that, because I blamed myself. So because I blamed myself, and how bad that felt for me to blame myself and to hold that, I guess, a resentment towards myself. Finally, when I went to the Monday, I had to let go of that. I had to let go of that, because the blame from that was what I was trying to hide from. I don't want to answer that. I think what I was in the middle of saying before I got cut off was I was in the middle of that, and the the feelings felt so strong that I didn't see another way out aside from masking and continuing to do the same thing that I had been doing up until that point of my life. Anyways, I made a decision when I got clean that I would not let my anger get to that point where I got a reaction out of my anger, or I reacted out of anger, because one, it hurts the other person. And when I hurt someone else, I then too take on the pain that they're feeling because I'm an empath. I feel other people's emotions as my own. Like, it's not, it's a good thing, but I had to learn how to, it was just 5:55 on the clock there. I had to learn how to differentiate between what was mine and what was someone else's. Anyways, that's not the point. The point is, I really worked on that. I had to write in the Monday, I had to write a letter. It was a letter to one person that you had done wrong, why you had done them wrong, and how you would make amends to that. Okay? And I say to the situation because my grandma died shortly after, the heart attacks and strokes. So I blamed myself for years and years and years and years and years and years. I'll tell you, I just was thinking the other day about how much time I actually spent in inactive addiction from start to finish. 20 years. 20 years I was in addiction. And do you know what that got me? 20 years of addiction. I lost every place to live I ever had. All of my family cut me off. I lost my relationship with my dad because, drugs are bad. My dad's back in my life today. I lost my children. Okay? Countless pets I lost. I lost out on lots of friendships. Lots of friendships. Lots of jobs. And I had nothing to my name. Literally nothing. I had a dresser, maybe, and some clothes when I got out of the Monday. So, what I asked myself when I got arrested before the Monday was, which I'm just remembering as an ultimatum that I gave someone, I could choose to keep doing the same thing, or I could choose to try to live a better life, because I'm not perfect. I fall short every day. But I still try every single day to not let my anger get the best of me. Anyways, my anger was getting the best of me at my old job, and finally I asked myself the same question: better or the same? And I chose better. I chose better not because just I wanted better for myself, but because I was tired of letting my friends and family down. I was tired of people telling me they were disappointed in me, especially when they would say, "I'm so disappointed in you, I can't even look at you." Okay, that's something, a trauma from childhood. So it just keeps reoccurring, until I break the cycle. Make the decision, break the cycle. Follow through every day. I don't have it all together. I don't. I literally don't. I ask for help all the time. I have a really big support system. And not just support from, substance use disorder, mental health disorder. I have some of those. I have PTSD from previous relationships, friendships, childhood, all kinds of stuff. If I can be out here with 5 years clean, there's no room for jealousy here. We build each other up. Don't be jealous of what I have, because you too can have it. You just have to put the work in. You have to choose yourself. You have to leave those people, places, and things behind. Okay, that's all I came to say. I'm going to go visit with some friends. And I hope that I start recording daily for you guys, because I talk a lot. I got a lot to say. And Spirit is telling me right now that I need to start sharing with everyone. Which is, I think, why I'm so nervous, is because, oh my God, everyone. Let's not focus on out there. We only focus on getting the message out. So literally, look at myself while I'm recording. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. And I want to tell you guys that you can be out here and be your biggest hype person. Sometimes I have to sing a song to make myself do something. You know, some days I don't want to get up and go to work, but guess what? I get up, I get ready, I go to work. I do the work, I go home. And then guess what? I have time to do what I want to do. Which is usually work on self, but I make time for other things too, sometimes. I say sometimes because, like, in the fall, I have a second job, and that kind of takes up all my free time. And if you have one day, if you have 1 hour, if you have a week, if you have a year, if you have multiple years in recovery, I'm proud of you. If you've come this far, keep going, because you didn't come this far to just come this far. Sending lots of love to all of you. Feel free to reach out if you need someone to talk to. Thanks for listening.